Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and welcome to episode 50 of my bee breeding guide. In this episode, we are going to be covering some pretty higher level bees off of the Veiled branch. Going to need to go past the Arcane, past the Aware branch into the Soulful branch of bees. Now, this branch adds a couple new bees, the Spirit and Soul bees. They are somewhat different than your average bee. They are added by the magic bees. Now, they like the warm temperatures, but like they prefer the normal humidity. However, there are some tolerances on both that make it so you can pick and choose some of the conditions that you're going to need for breeding them. They have no effects, and they do also work in the rain, but not at night and not underground. Whoops. Now let's take a look at the more important aspect of these guys, their output. Their output is used to make all kinds of nifty stuff. They have two different kinds of comb, the memory comb and the soul comb. Now the memory comb, when you run it through a centrifuge, will get you magic wax, which is used for a whole bunch of stuff, including making the files and I think one of the essences and some other stuff. But there's also the intellect drop, which can be used to just outright craft some bottles of enchanting for getting some levels. So that's kind of nice. And you can also get some honeydew from this stuff, which is used for templates and bee breeding, some ambrosia, some glistering melon, stuff like that. But also the soul comb. You can get some more of that honeydew out of it, but also there's soulful wax, which is used in crafting soul sand, and 3 of these essences, which are used for some pretty high-end stuff, particularly in making frames. But let's go take a look at the Soulful Branch first before we look at the output. So you can get a look at that. And this map, by the way, I made this in the Feed the Beast Unleashed mod pack, is available for download. You can find that through a link in the description. I'll include that below. So you can download this and tinker with the bees yourself, or just take a closer look at what I've done and get an idea of how I have everything laid out. But let's first take a look at these bees here. The Spirit bee is the first one you're going to make in this branch, and you can, well, for one thing, it needs to have an Aware bee, which comes from the Aware line, and if you need to know how to make that, you can either go watch my Aware video, or if you've downloaded this map, you can hop through here and go take a look yourself. And the other bee it requires is you can either use the Ethereal bee, also from the Aware branch, or the Attuned bee from the from a hive in the deep underground near some redstone. They are kind of hard to find. I actually have not found one except once with a quarry, so I don't even know. I haven't experienced finding them and seeing what their hives look like myself. So that's kind of rare. When you find one, grab it, put it in a box, keep it safe, because you are going to be using it for some bee breeding. But anyway, I've left some stock in here for you to mess around with if you wish. And also, why don't I go ahead and put a chest here for something else. Will that open? That'll open. Excellent. Because I want to take a look at the bee itself. First, I am going to need the princess so I can get the age, but also the drone for looking at the bee itself. Let's see how long this took me. 12 generations. Definitely not instant gratification there. They are pretty rare bees. But let's look at the output here. I did almost manage to breed a purebred. There's some minimal differences. So that's pretty nice. And also, I should note that the drone doesn't tell you how many generations it's been in captivity, because it doesn't know. All that information is stored in the princess and the queen. So that's where you put that. But I'm going to leave these here in this chest for you in case you do download and want to take a look at that yourself. And after I'm done with this, I will also show you the output. But let's move on to the soul bee, the second and final bee in this branch. Once again, you're going to need an aware bee, as well as the spirit bee, which you just got from over there. And I have some stock levels for you there also to work with. Let's grab this princess and the soul drone here. Let's see how long it took me to breed. 1 generation. That doesn't seem right. I think I probably had at least one more generation that I had to do to breed it. But anyway, it doesn't necessarily mean with that 12 generations or whatever over there that it'll take you that many. It could take you 1. And this could have taken me 30 generations. It is all probability, but I just wanted you to see how long it took me to get it. Just to get an idea of the bee situation. And this is also almost a purebred. Well, not quite. Could take some weeding out. But let's put these in here so you can take a look at that. And then off to the output from the soulful bees, which I have in a desert biome. It didn't crash. Yes! Alright, first off we have the output from the spirit bee, and this is from a purebred bee run 1 life cycle. You can expect to get, it looks like 2 drones from that situation, and I don't know why they aren't stacking. That's kind of weird. But you do have a chance at getting, oh that's right, they don't stack. For some reason I thought they stacked. But you do also get a chance at some of that memory comb there, like I was saying. And the memory comb will give you the magic wax and the intellect drop, but not much of it. And the honeydew, and that's from running a stack of it. Next up is the soul bee. Oh, they do stack. I wonder why they weren't stacking over there. That's really weird. Okay, whatever. Anyway, the soul bee, you can expect to get 2 drones out of a life cycle of the queen, and it looks like up to 2, maybe 3? Up to 2 comb. You might be able to get 3 if you're lucky out of 1 cycle, and there's some of that memory comb, but also some of that soul comb, which a stack of that will get you almost a stack of soulful wax. I thought it was supposed to give a whole stack, but also a quarter stack of that honeydew there. Now, the bees in this branch are not used to make any new species, but you can breed some of their traits into some other bees if you wish. So it isn't necessarily a dead end, and they do also have some pretty good output, as you saw. So they are worth going after. It'll just take you a while. But that is pretty much really all there is to say about this branch. So thank you very much for watching. I hope I covered everything as thoroughly as I could. But if you do have some questions or comments or suggestions, whatever, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to respond. If you like this video and you like what I'm doing here, please feel free to like. I do appreciate that. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when my future content comes out. But this is where I'm going to have to go ahead and wrap up. So thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.